Simpson Tide. College football fans wondering where former Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson will land. Most of the mock drafts have Ty Simpson with either a combination of a trade or just a straight-up slot going in the first round. Also, Caden Proctor, Alabama offensive tackle, expected to go as well. More discussion on the draft, more discussion outside of the NFL, unfortunately for the Rossini family and the Vrabel family. New pictures posted by the New York Post shows the two engaged in intimate conversation. Would that be a fair way to describe it? At a tavern back in 2020?
The reports were they were kissing.
Kissing? Molly, what was the response that you saw online to the friends just sharing a little?
Oh, just a funny tweet from Big Cat saying how, oh, yeah, like this is maybe just a couple of friends interlocking lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you go out with your boys.
Yeah, like that's what he said, like when you go out with the boys. Conrad, do you do that?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, see?
That must have been the night.
Well, that was one of the reports we got
call.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
we had
the
to clarify that.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But, hey, Thursday nights.
Sometimes your boy's down on his luck, you know?
You got to go pick him up.
That's what friends are for.
How about Noto Roofing? We've got rain coming in the area, hopefully this weekend. We're going to have storms soon. We never invite the storms, but it's just the nature of the beast, especially when we get here in the deep south when the weather gets warmer. Noto Roofing, locally owned and operated. You're going to deal directly with the owners. That's right. Sammy will answer the phone when you call 205-848-2299. Matt will come out to your home, as will Chris. Their professional has been in the roofing business for 30 years. They put a new roof on my home. It started with the free Jocks inspection Noto Roofing offers to all of our great Jocks listeners. When you take them up on that, they will thoroughly inspect the roof, walk around the perimeter, look for anything, and they will do the assessment. There's no guarantee they're going to find anything. They hope that they don't. They're certainly not going to try to sell you something you don't need. It was seamless. They worked with my insurance company. We got the new decking, the new roof, added some ridge vents. Could not be happier. You're taken care of with local folks who are from the state of Alabama who you can trust. Noto Roofing, NOTOroofing.com. Tell Sammy that Landrum from Jock sent you.
So the big story yesterday afternoon, the University of Alabama Compensation Committee of the Board of Trustees, they approved contract extensions. Kalen DeBoer has a new one. It will run through January 31st, 2033. Features a raise to $12.5 million annually. DeBoer is currently 20-8 at Alabama. DeBoer had $66.75 million left on his 6-year original contract that he signed a few years back that expired in 2031. Bama's termination of DeBoer without cause, DeBoer would still be owed 90% of his remaining salary. Alabama would owe Kalen DeBoer, if they were to fire him after this upcoming season, $67.5 million. In layman's terms, he's not going anywhere. Also, Nate Oates, brand new contract. He gets about $1 million raise. He is now one of the highest paid basketball coaches in the land at $7.25 million. That currently puts him at number 6 on a list. That includes Bill Self, Michael Malone, the new head coach at North Carolina, Dan Hurley at UConn, John Calipari at Arkansas. Tommy Lloyd got a new deal at Arizona. So he leapfrogs, I should say, Nate Oates. He makes now $7.5 million. Oates at $7.25 million. Also, the last couple of days, we've been keeping our eyes on Dallas, Texas. 2 days of CFP meetings have concluded, and there was a lot of conversation. There was no decision made on a playoff expansion, but momentum is building towards a deeper evaluation of a 24-team format. Support for the 24 teams, largely backed by the Big Ten, is growing, though SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey remains a key advocate of a 16-team field, citing concerns over regularly scheduled season value of games, player health, and the loss of conference title games. Sankey, who spoke to a small group of media following the conclusion of the 2 days at the Ritz-Carlton in Las Colinas, declined to state his preference for a playoff model. Instead, he referred to his December comment, which he said a 16-team format is the right next step. He also referenced last year's SEC spring meetings, during which the conference publicly supported a model that included 5 conference champions and the next 11 best teams. So 5 conference champions, 11 best teams voted on by the College Football Playoff Committee. That's what Greg Sankey says he wants to have happen. The central question is, if you go to a 2014 playoff, what happens to the conference championship games? I told you yesterday at the end of the show that Fox bought back the Big Ten championship game for $50 million. In other words, it's not going anywhere, not anytime soon, based on the amount of money that Fox just paid NBC to get the Big Ten championship game. Now, estimates are varied in regards to how much a conference championship game is worth. So in other words, if you get rid of the conference championship game and then you add the additional games in a college football playoff, is that enough for a conference to overtake the $250 to $300 million that some claim that's what a championship game brings to a conference? That is something that Fox and ESPN, they're going to have to battle it out in regards to what happens next with these conferences deciding if that game is still worth the price of admission. Me and Conrad was in Atlanta this last season, and that was probably one of the worst atmospheres for a championship game I've ever been to. And I've been covering these things since 1992.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to as a fan when I was younger, I think 3 SEC championship games. And even back then, like I remember, I think it was 2015 maybe, when you had Alabama and Florida. And it wasn't a particularly competitive game, right? Like it was back when the East was kind of down. Whoever came out of the West, they were probably going to win the game and go on to play for a national championship at that point. But the energy of it was completely different. I know that was 10 years ago, but that really doesn't feel like it was all that long ago. And even back then, and I mean, you remember the Auburn, Missouri games, like it just felt like there was a different energy to it. Even when you knew the game wasn't going to be particularly competitive, it was an honor to be in that game and to see your team and support them. And that's not the way it is.
There was more excited. I've been there when Mississippi State's played there in the SEC championship. I've been there when Arkansas was playing in the SEC championship game, and there was more vibes and more excitement than what happened last year. But let's just face it, both Georgia knew they were in the college football playoff, win or lose, didn't matter. Alabama, they were confident they were in the CFP. They made it really interesting.
Yeah, and obviously it didn't matter what happened.
No, because they were in the college football playoff. So that's what they're going to have to weigh moving forward.
I don't think there's much to weigh now that the Big Ten is a so-called flag bearer of intercollegiate athletics, and they've already made the new deal with Fox, and they've solidified they're going to have a championship game. Well, the SEC, you got to follow suit. You got to keep your championship game, because then what comes the question? We go on to nine conference games, but now we have the mighty Big Ten that's playing a championship game, and the SEC, you've decided to eliminate your championship game. So to me, I think it was the Big Ten getting out in front, and now – to avoid that conversation, I would think, force the other conferences to play that championship game.
CFP Executive Director Rich Clark, he spoke to the media yesterday afternoon in Dallas, and he is putting the emphasis and the concern on the regular season. Direct quote, "The regular season is king." Just like last year, they have until December 1st to decide what is going to happen moving forward. Remember last year, they had until December 1st. They ultimately decided, we're going to stay at 12 for the 2026 season. Well, by December 1st, they have to announce whether there's going to be a format change for 2027 and beyond. So that's why this conversation in the last 2 days in Dallas was so important. Moving forward, where do these conversations lead? Obviously, in Destin, that will be a major topic of discussion in about a month or so when they get together the week of Memorial Day, and the Big Ten will have their meetings, and we'll see if it coalesces into some type of a decision between the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yes, it said my thoughts is internally, Greg Sankey and people in that office, they would like to see the SEC championships game stay, just because of not only the history but the corporate dollars that are attached to it. The coaches, meanwhile, playing that extra game, they're like, heck no, we don't want to play it. Is that not the way it looks to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it does look that way. I'm just sitting here looking at some data and some numbers, because if you add those 24 teams, you're adding 12 games to the college football playoffs. So how much are the television networks willing to spend for 12 additional games? And is that going to be enough money to replace the $250 million that the SEC can claim that they make off the SEC championship game? According to the numbers I'm looking at, the additional 12 games in the college football playoff could generate between $300 and $700 million. So that money could replace those big championship games from the Big Ten and the SEC. Based on those numbers, if you can get up to $700 million.
I was thinking about the deal, the $1 billion+ deal that the Big Ten originally signed with the multiple networks. But now you add that they're going to keep their conference championship game, and they re-upped with Fox. They're going to be a part of that pot too. So with the SEC, still be second fiddle when it comes to pool, and how much further would the SEC fall behind with the Big Ten?
Well, the Fox is willing to punt all that, even by them giving $50 million for next year for the conference championship game, because they'll punt that for the opportunity to have inventory, because having college football playoff games, because there's going to be 12 more. So if you put that into the pool, ESPN's not going to have all of them. I mean, because that's part of the conversation is right now ESPN owns the college football playoff. Well, Fox wants in on that. So that's why the Big Ten is saying we want more teams. So ultimately they will have to have that conversation where they would have to share it, kind of like what happens with the NFL and the Super Bowl. It's on a rotation basis. Who gets the championship game? Who gets the playoffs? Who gets the AFC? Who gets the NFC? Same stuff's going to happen ultimately once you go to a Super League.
16, 24, and now conference championship games. Which one do they figure out first? They're going to get, I guess it would be the 16 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they'll get something figured out before they have to have something figured out. A lot of your texts rolling in 205-834-9450 on the Jocks text line. We get to your text. Phone lines are open as well. We got the NFL draft coming up tonight. Some of the speculation concerning not only players from Alabama, but also the SEC. We'll get to it. 3-Man Front continues on Jocks. 12-16, three-man front on this Thursday. NFL draft tonight. We got day baseball, getaway day for the Braves in D.C., trying to win that series, winning last night, but losing right now in the first inning. But that should be no surprise to Braves fans. The Nationals still on top in Major League Baseball as far as first inning runs scored this season, and they have scored a run in the first inning of every game this week, including today. They are up 1-0 on the Braves as they play in the bottom of the first inning there in our nation's capital. How about our friends at EcoView Windows and Doors? Becky Jackson, her family, it's a family-owned business right here in the state of Alabama. Her husband, her son, they are all working hard for you, and they can take care of you. Whether it is letting your AC drift right out of your house to maybe you've got some older windows, doors, you've got space and voids in between those doors. Not only is air getting out, but also bugs, other things coming in that aren't supposed to be there. Don't let the AC drift right out of that home. That's money that you're losing. Get new windows and doors through EcoView Windows and Doors. Becky Jackson, her team, they're going to take care of you. They can do the low-cost windows. They can do the high-end windows, all kinds of windows for you to choose from and doors. And they have a pledge to save you at least 35% on heating and cooling in the first 12 months of installation. All Jocks listeners, you get free estimates. A lot of these jobs, guys, they can turn around. They can be at your home and finish it in a day. It is precision clockwork. They know how to do it. There's no other company that I would trust. EcoView Windows and Doors, 205-564-8480, or you can go to ecoviewwindows.com. Tell Becky and the folks there that Landrum from Jocks sent you.
All right, so the very latest mock drafts that are out there dropped this morning. I heard Conrad mentioning some of these this morning during Morning Jocks. NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, he's got Caden Proctor going to the Eagles via trade by the Bucks. That would be the 15th overall pick. Meanwhile, according to Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network, the Bears would take Keldrick Falk at number 25. The Cardinals, via the trade with the Bills, would take Ty Simpson at 26. Lance Zierlein of the NFL Network, 17, the Lions will take Proctor. At 24, the Steelers take Falk. According to Lance Zierlein, no Ty Simpson in the first round. So he's really the only one that I've seen so far that does not have Ty Simpson going in the first round.
Yeah, I think him and Jordan Reed are the two that
is the belief if he doesn't go 32, he goes 33, right?
Or I think 34 is when the Cardinals, yeah. But yes.
ESPN's Matt Miller this morning, he's got the Lions at 17 taking Proctor. The Cowboys at 20 taking Keldrick Falk. The Cardinals, via a trade with the Texans, would take Ty Simpson at 28. The Athletic, they posted their final mock draft. They got the Cowboys at 12 taking Keldrick Falk.
Be good for him.
That's huge. 13, the Browns take Proctor. 28, Ty Simpson to the Cardinals via a trade. But the most important one of all the mock drafts, because I know our audience has been waiting with bated breath on this next one.
Did she put one out?
No, this would be Joel Klatt.
Oh,
God.
Controversial at times in his own right.
Coming in at number 17, the Detroit Lions will take Caden Proctor, according to Joel Klatt. At 26, the Arizona Cardinals, via a trade with the Buffalo Bills, Ty Simpson goes in the first round. And then at 29, the Kansas City Chiefs take Keldrick Falk.
Ah, that'd be a nice little spot for him.
So that is Joel Klatt's mock draft.
I prefer Todd McShay's.
And former Alabama safety Caleb Downs, he is expected to go high, as is former Auburn corner Colton Hood.
That's right. Yes, that's right. That's right.
If we have low numbers, I thought I would add that to kind of pad a little fluff.
It makes it sound better.
Yeah.
So you like McShay's best.
Yeah, because he has Ty going to the Rams at 13.
Yeah, and he's got Caden Proctor going 6 to the Browns.
Yeah, I don't wish that for Caden, but
Ty Simpson just seems like he fits the Rams.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I went back and I did some research, and
Like a young Jim Everett.
I went and found the most accurate mock draft in the last 5 years. It's by a gentleman by the name of Josh Norris, and he works for Underdog Fantasy.
Man, I thought it was going to be Mel Kiper. Okay.
No, he did not make the list. So he's been the most accurate on his mock draft, and he's got Caden Proctor going 15 to the Bucks.
Okay.
He's got Keldrick Falk, number 17, to the Lions.
Okay.
And then at 31, Cardinals trade with the Patriots for Ty Simpson.
Interesting. Okay.
So that was, once again, the
So they're going to
person
catch
that's-
Vrabel sleeping because he's going to be busy doing
And
stuff
he-
and
yeah, he's
decide
gonna
to
be-
take a trade.
He's sending out another press release about how he loves his family and how he's coming together. And he did not have sexual relations with that woman, Diana Rossini.
It's funny. I'm going and I'm on his timeline, and a part of his timeline, in addition to his final NFL mock draft, yeah, he's got the Rossini stuff that's put there.
He's been busy.
Going back to some quotes that she had, the Titans are not interested in Tom Brady, working hard to get a deal done with Ryan Tannehill.
I saw that tweet come up, and somebody under that tweet had commented on it. And this is back in 2020. Somebody replied to that tweet and said, "Are you sleeping with Mike Vrabel?" 6 years ago. I don't know how some of these people knew that stuff, but good for them, I guess. Validation 6 years later.
Not much sleep going on.
In the history of the modern day draft era, which goes back to 1966, an average of 2 to 3 quarterbacks have been taken in the first round of the NFL draft, which that surprised me. I thought it'd been a lot more than that.
Wait, how many was it?
2 to 3.
Yeah, over the average, though, I guess when the lean years like this. But, yeah, it does seem like 4 would kind of.
Yeah, there's less years now where you have like 4 or 5 guys and everyone's just going crazy over it.
In recent memory,
Those are
2
fun times.
NFL drafts featured only 1 quarterback taken. Back in 2022, Kenny Pickett selected 20th by Pittsburgh. In
Horrible
2013,
year.
2013, Is that EJ Manuel?
E.J. Manuel from
Yeah.
Florida State, he was selected 16th
He wasn't good.
by the Buffalo Bills.
No, he wasn't.
No, that didn't work out.
So we'll see if we get the 2 quarterbacks tonight in the first round.
We're counting on Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson is what the 7 count, so we're not tied with the Big 12 or the ACC, assuming that they don't have one guy that goes in his spot. But we need Ty Simpson to go in the first round so the SEC can claim 7 first-round
That's
draft
right.
picks as opposed to the Big 10 who's in double digits.
Yeah, we don't want to be in the ACC Big 12 group.
No.
We can't.
No.
Can't have that. But so based on everything we've all seen, it seems like there is, 90% of mock drafters would say that Ty Simpson is going to be an Arizona Cardinal via a trade in the back half of the first round.
Do we get at least one story, though, tomorrow morning, if it all plays out like the projection, conference-wise, that the SEC, this is more evidence that the SEC is regressing and is no longer the king of college football? We'll get one of those, right?
I'm sure Nicole Auerbach has the article already in her drafts.
Yeah, that or Brett McMurphy. Brett McMurphy likes to
Yeah.
slam the SEC when he gets an opportunity.
Or maybe somebody from the Cleveland Plains dealer.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be there somewhere.
Yep. But no, I agree. I agree with what you said, Conrad. I mean, it's overwhelming. Now, what if the Cardinals decide to do something completely different?
Yeah.
There's no Ty Simpson in the first round because outside of the outlier of Todd McShay saying the Rams at 13 would take.
Yeah. I mean, the Jets, you don't hear the Jets anymore.
No.
The Steelers, that was a hot, for, I guess, right after the season ended, that's who everybody had him going.
Jets
to,
are
was the
getting Omar
Steelers.
Cooper, right? That's
Either him or
Consensus?
the Lemon, Mekhi Lemon, the USC receiver. But yeah, the Steel.
But everybody
You
feels
never
pretty
know.
confident
You
that
never know.
that the Cardinals need a quarterback.
Yes.
And it would make sense for them to trade towards the back end of the first round so they get that 5th year on the contract.
Well, and I think it might have been Peter Schrager's where he was the one that had them trading because I know we talked about this last week and Nick brought it up on Tuesday at Social Taco. If they were to trade with the Seahawks, I mean you're moving up 2 spots, right? All you have to do is, hey, here's a 5th round pick or
Yeah.
a 6th round pick.
Mhm.
Let's move up 2 spots. You move back 2 spots. Like you're not. having to sell the farm to move up and get Ty Simpson.
Yeah, Peter Schrager, in that specific mock draft you were referring to, Conrad, he proposed that the Cardinals would move up with Seattle and that they would give up a 6th-round pick.
Yeah, that's if you think he could be a viable starting quarterback for you, that's a 6th-round pick. That's nothing.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Matt Corral was a 3rd-round pick in the NFL draft. Just saying.
When's Carson Beck going?
I'm just pointing that out.
Just random.
Just random.
Matt Corral.
Yeah.
What do you say about Carson Beck?
Where's he going? 3rd round, 2nd round?
I'm seeing 2nd round.
Yeah, 2nd or 3rd round. See, that's what I'm saying. Though, like, would it not be? All the buzz is Ty Simpson, but how crazy would it be if the Cardinals went? You know what?
That's
We
why
had
I
a
brought it up.
last-minute meeting with Carson Beck, and we just, love his tenacity and his.
Love his TikToks.
Yeah. I don't know. Would be really funny. And this wouldn't happen because I guess they're not in that situation, but the Cowboys draft him as a backup because their tight end's dating
That would be.
his ex-girlfriend's sister. That'd be funny.
Great reality show.
It would be.
I can hear Jerry. Yeah.
Hard Knocks. Dallas Cowboys. Let's do it.
And Jerry'd be like, who's he dating?
Did you see the video of the press conference the other day where Jerry's up there talking to the media and Bill Clinton just walks in?
Almost broke his neck, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
You think?
Those Arkansas guys stick together.
Because,
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm guessing that Jerry's probably more conservative than he is left. But something tells me that he and Bill get along just fine.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people in the room, when he said, hey, look, there's the president. Because he saw, like, I guess, outside the window.
Yeah.
That's what Jerry Jones said. Many people thought it was George W. Bush.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Is he still a owner of the
No,
Rangers?
but he goes to a lot of Rangers games. Still very much a fan.
I mean, Jerry hired former President Clinton to play the saxophone on his 77th birthday. Maybe they're a fan.
I wonder if they vacationed anywhere else together.
Is he do we know if Jerry Jones is on his yacht? Isn't that customarily where he is on draft night? Doesn't he do it there from the yacht with the family?
Or an island.
Or there? And the boat gets him to the island.
Him and Bill.
Well, we know someone who will not be in attendance there. Just keep it going. Pat, you're up.
All right. When we come back on 3-Man Front, we will open up the phone lines. 1-800-239-WJOX, the text line. Also open, 205-834-9450.
12:33. We continue here on three-man front. Landrum, Pat, Conrad, and Molly. Draft tonight. We continue to speculate where Ty Simpson's going to go. College football playoff news, potentially, Pat, as discussions are underway. They can't decide. 16-24. Conference championship games are not. It just continues.
Kicking the can down the road.
Yeah. Just another reason to meet, another reason to get together, another reason to find another reason not to do it. Live TV in Destin would be awesome this year. We were talking about additional revenue streams. Put that sucker out there.
Mm-hmm.
Spring games, and I want live in the war room. Sankey's getting yelled at. Sankey's yelling at people. ADs having to restrain chancellors.
Lane Kiffin's texting 19-year-old girls on the beach outside the meeting room.
Lane Kiffin forgets he's at LSU, raises his hand for Ole Miss during the group vote.
I like the him sending text messages better. That was be more entertaining.
He probably who's his ally besides Pete? Because Pete's grateful that Lane did that.
I don't. Based on the people I talked to, there is no love lost between those two.
Well, now there's not.
You mean like other
But
head
it took
coaches?
Lane leaving to pave the way for Pete.
Yeah. I don't.
And Florida taking John Summerall.
It's a good question.
I think him and Kirby
Yeah,
have a good
Kirby.
relationship, and Sark.
Yeah.
Those are his.
That's his new.
Mm-hmm, it's his drafting partners.
Do you think he still texts you?
Hugh
or-
Freeze?
Yeah. Reaches out to Hugh.
Not unless he's got a golf question.
Maybe pickleball.
Well, that's him and Kirby's thing now.
Yeah.
I did like his. Did you see his quote the other day about how many of his coaching staff's wives have thanked him over the years for helping
Mm-hmm.
get their husbands in shape? I feel like there's probably a number of things they aren't thankful for with you as well. But
They still-
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
we need to get you in shape so you can come out of the bars with me.
Be my wingman.
Never said what kind of cardio.
He's going to win a lot of games this year.
You won't need a shirt for this kind either.
They're going to be 11-1 CFP
Oh, stop it, Pat.
3 seed.
You let Moscona do all that. Don't add.
Well, their AD's already doing it.
Don't
so-
add to the madness.
Hey, by the way, our guest yesterday, JD Piquel, he was leading the charge last year with Moscona in Atlanta.
There was a lot to like about LSU in July.
Just did not
Then
translate.
you saw it.
A lot of years, there's a lot to like
then
about
we find
LSU.
out,
in
Then we
July.
find out that their quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, has a cyst on his spine the entire season.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It's always them in Texas A&M. That you always feel like when you leave an SEC football media days that you have
Somebody
been,
just fed you a line of crap.
yeah, like you have been suckered into thinking about like you're at a used car lot. Somebody is trying to sell you a BMW.
Well, yeah, it's usually somebody upselling. In A&M's case, that poor little girl, she just lost all hope.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. If you go this year and there's somebody from LSU that's like, I don't know, maybe give them a year or two, national championship, they're going to win it all.
Yeah.
Because the year that they're down on LSU, that would be the year that they would actually make it happen, just like A&M.
So we're talking about the NFL draft. And I saw a very interesting list. Just off the top of your head, who would you say is the number one current active college football coach that has the most players in the NFL that's been drafted?
Active coach.
I mean, the first gut would be Kirby, but I feel like
After
it's-
Kirby, it'd be Dabo, maybe.
Kirby is not number one, by the way.
Ooh, how
Is
long-
Dabo?
Dabo is not number
Man,
one.
how long has Ryan Day been at Ohio State now? It's been a minute.
Ryan Day is not.
He said active coach. James Franklin.
That is incorrect.
Kyle Whittingham.
That is incorrect.
Oh, Lincoln Riley.
That is incorrect.
I'm trying to think. See, is there like somebody that's like a Mac Brown that we're forgetting about that's like just been around?
DeBoer is 22nd on the list of active coaches
Okay.
that have had players drafted. He's got 18 players. Coming in at number 10, Lincoln Riley with 42. Steve Sarkisian with 47. Ryan Day with 50. Lane Kiffin is 7th with 51. Brett Bielema is 6th
Ugh.
with 56.
Oh.
Kyle Whittingham is 5th on the current active college football coaching list with the most NFL players drafted. Whittingham's got 57. James Franklin is 4th with 66. Coming in at number 3, Kirby Smart with 76. At 2, Dabo Sweeney with 86. The person that is number 1 on the list has 94 players that have been drafted in the NFL since he has become an active head coach in college football.
Okay, see, it's somebody that
Kirk Friends.
You got it.
it's a good one.
Been a head coach since 1999. 94 players have been drafted.
77 of them tight ends.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
We're
And
gonna
they're all tight ends.
Are we going to count Caden Proctor towards his total tonight?
Sure, why not?
So Dabo's got 10 more players drafted than Kirby.
He had a couple year head start.
That's really impressive for Dabo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
86. He's 8 behind Kirk Ferenz.
He's got some more he's going to add to that list.
Mm-hmm. DeBoer
That's
is
impressive.
22nd.
I honestly thought it'd be lower than that.
Did you realize that year that his Washington Huskies went to the national championship game, they had 10 drafted
That sounds about right.
that year off that team?
I wonder how many
10.
he had from Fresno State, the Hayner year.
Well, do the math. I mean, he's had 18 players at Fresno State, Washington, and Alabama.
Well, let's see. He had, I mean, how many were there last year? Like
Was it 5?
Six?
6?
So maybe one. So Jake Hayner? Or was he undrafted?
Jake Hayner was not undrafted. Jake Hayner was a 4th-round pick in 2023.
Okay.
In 2022, you had a 5th-round pick. 2020, you had a 4th and a 6th round. So does that cover his time?
Was he there in 2020?
18 players total for Kalen DeBoer.
So 4 of them, according to this, would have been from Fresno State.
Yeah, that timing doesn't match up because
He was at Fresno in 2020 and 2021. So I guess he doesn't get credit for Jake Hayner.
Yeah.
So that'd be 3 there, 10 at Washington, then 5 last year at Alabama.
Yep.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Add
Oh.
2 more tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably have 6 or 7 this year
Mhm.
when all's said and done.
But that's a good Bard trivia question because so many people, because you're sitting there thinking, okay, if you don't know the number, which is 94, you've got to think about someone that has the longevity
Yeah, who's been there the
in
longest.
college football.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the Jeremiah Love takeover
I am not.
that we have on our screen? He's such a good back.
Him and Jackson Dart will become best friends.
I don't know about that.
Wasn't that quarterback supposed to play for the Stallions?
Oh, you mean Hartman?
Yeah. He was on the roster at one time.
Him
He
and
was.
his beard?
Yep.
Is he still with the Commanders?
I don't know.
What's he on the TV for?
He's playing in
quarterback
the
in Notre
Jeremiah
Dame.
Love.
Oh, they're showing
Takeover game
highlights.
against Central Michigan.
Okay, I got you.
It's a special show showing all the quarterbacks that the Birmingham Stallions should have had playing over Matt Corral.
We get the TJ Finley cut-ups after
It's
this.
gonna be a long marathon then.
Tyler
Yeah.
Buckner's next on the list.
See, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Tyler Buckner in this game, he's on the sideline in his lacrosse practice gear,
Yeah, he's got his lacrosse stick and he's
his net.
Yeah.
Would it surprise you right now, Conrad? You have no idea what year, but Notre Dame is playing Central Michigan and they're tied 7-7.
Was that would have to be the year that they lost to Marshall, right?
Or was it Northern Illinois?
Or Northern? No, that was.
No, I think this is the year of the Marshall game.
That would have been 3 years ago.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah, that was big time.
We were at Liberty. That would have been 2021.
Dang, so he's got some tread off those tires then. He's been there for a minute.
Yeah, there's Jim McElwain.
With his shirt on.
I know. It's so weird him not laying naked on a shark.
We will continue on. 1-800-239-WJOX. Text line 205-834-9450. International soccer giant and current world champion Argentina. They're going to meet Iceland on Tuesday, June 9th at Jordan-Hare Stadium at 7:30 p.m. Be a part of this first ever international soccer game at Auburn. This is Argentina's last game before the World Cup, and tickets start at just $45. Go to road to26.com to secure your tickets for this historic matchup. Incredible elite competition, world-class talent coming to Jordan-Hare Stadium as Argentina and Iceland, they get ready for the 2026 World Cup here in North America. Get your tickets to road to26.com or go to aubtix.com. Argentina versus Iceland, Tuesday, June 9th at 7:30 at Jordan-Hare Stadium. I know a lot of people that are getting tickets and going down to Auburn for that game.
I really wish. What's the date on it? June 9th?
Yes, Tuesday, June 9th, 7:30.
Yeah, I don't think, because I already checked into it. I didn't get to go to the one that was here.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Olympic soccer. I was able to cover that, and it was fun. A lot of fun.
And I've always regretted not, because and we had it so close in Atlanta, but at that time I was going into my freshman year of college, so I wasn't able to do it. That's why I want to, whether it's a Winter Games or LA, I got to check that box if it's here.
No, it'll be
Salt
it'll
Lake
be awesome.
or Park City. When is that? That's coming up. It's in like the 30s for the
I think
winners.
34.
No, okay.
That sounds about right.
If I'm still around.
Maybe.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Something went horribly wrong if not.
Well, it's live. A lot of text coming in on the text line. Pat just throwing out some numbers, active college football coaches, and who has the most drafted players of active coaches. Kurt Ferentz of Iowa is number one. If you do the math and how long he's been there, okay. And he's had some good players. But Dabo coming in at number two. Kalen DeBoer, 22 players overall. Or was it 18 players overall, 22?
22nd most of active coaches, 18 total players.
Of active
Correct.
coaches. So a lot of text rolling in and someone firing in. Maybe they missed the context of the question, but saying Saban had 133 drafted players.
Yeah, I mean, if he was still coaching, he would have far and away the most.
Yeah, this is the current college football head coaches with the most NFL drafted players.
Just tuning in, wondering what Conrad thinks about the extension. Carson and Tuscaloosa.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I understand the optics of it, and it's easy to poke holes in it with him not winning a national championship, not winning an SEC championship yet. But I go back to what I said at the beginning of the show. I think they're clearly telling you they're not interested in making a hire in the near future. And who are you going to go get out there that's readily available that's going to be an upgrade over Kalen DeBoer? Because the guys that would immediately come to your mind are not coming to Alabama. Sorry. So I don't have a problem with it. I like Kalen DeBoer. I have faith in Kalen DeBoer, but this year will be – it feels like this year is going to be very telling for a large portion of the fan base.
Do you have faith in Ryan Grubb?
No.
Okay.
Nothing turned quick. I was right there with everybody else.
I was too.
Well, and he Nick Saban's last year, right? Or was it his or 2 years before that? He was interviewing Ryan Grubb to leave Washington and come to Alabama. He stayed at Washington.
I don't feel bad about it either, because football nerds who study it way more than we do, I remember seeing breakdowns of things that he did and little wrinkles and stuff in his offense and how the matchups, the chess match.
I'm just saying, watch out for Alabama in 2027. The Seahawks got rid of him and won a Super Bowl. Just saying.
2020.
2027.
Oh, when he's gone, is what you're saying.
Just saying, it worked for the Seahawks.
Alan asked the question, can you really count the Bama players since they were technically Saban's players? Yes, absolutely. You know why I count them? And you can give your own reason. I count them because all of those guys. Number one, was it Kalen DeBoer that got Proctor to come back?
Well, I think Iowa helped with that too, but yes.
Yes, technically though.
Yeah.
He had to recruit him back.
Correct.
And I don't know how much recruiting, but he was able to keep Ty Simpson on that roster.
I was about to say, he held those guys together on the roster when a lot of them could have left.
How many has Lincoln Riley sent to the NFL? He was number 10 on the list.
It was like 40-something, wasn't it?
Yeah, hold on, and I will give you that list again.
46, maybe?
Lincoln Riley, 42. Steve Sarkisian, 47. Ryan Day, 50. Lane Kiffin, 51. Brett Bielema, 56. Kyle Winningham, 57. James Franklin, 66. Kirby Smart, 76. Dabo, 86. And Kirk Ferentz, number one amongst active coaches sending players to the NFL via the draft, 94.
Also, in case you missed it, new photos surfacing showing one Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel in a tavern. Pictures were taken back in 2020. A lot of timeline questions.
I have an interesting development.
Oh,
Do
crap.
tell.
Oh no.
So we talked about when her children were born, one in late 2021, the other in late 2022. Do you want to guess what one of her sons' names is?
Don't even.
No,
Don't
no,
even.
no, 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 no.
Is it Brady?
Michael.
Hmm.
What's her husband's name?
Hopefully not Michael.
Dan? No, I don't know.
It's something Goldschmidt.
Let's
I'm
see
gonna
what
go
Mr. Goldschmidt's name is. Not
Peter.
Paul.
Peter.
Kevin.
Okay. So these photos from 2020. This was someone texted in and said this was how many days before lockdown?
4.
4 days
Mhm.
before the COVID lockdown. They were in New York.
Faye texting into the show saying, never send photos
This is true.
because he will share them with his friends.
She knows me so well already.
George Kliakoff burner phone. Here you go. Maury Povich ain't got nothing on George Kliakoff. Anyone needs help with a paternity test, I'm your man.
So I guess the vacuum business wasn't lucrative enough, and now he's gone into paternity tests.
Well, he's working for Ancestry and Me, doing those tests.
Probably a good gig.
Hey, you know the worst thing that I've seen? Braves rookie pitcher making his first start. First guy he faces, home run.
Well, it can't get any worse than that.
He retired the next 3, but yeah, that's how it goes. Welcome to the big leads, Mr. Ritchie. Fourth and final hour. That always includes Pat Ponders. More of your phone calls, your texts, any updates on Rossini and Vrabel, and the worst thing I've seen.